When we look for other software solutions, it's always important for us that there is some kind of XML or API support, because this is where we can send all our data to external softwares. And this was the biggest step with Ultimate, that we have the opportunity to bring all our features that we can see in our products through the whole workflow process. And this is the main thing why we decided to buy it. And I can still remember the time when we had all these classic photo books. And this is especially when I walk to production, that I always try to have the same view on a book like when I was a child, and keeping all that memories that we still have on the shelf. That's exactly the same emotion we try to bring to the customer, that it's not only papers with colors on it. We try to give them a little bit more emotion when it comes to the design, and we put something special on top of the book. If we put foil, like an enhancement on the outside of the book get a totally different impression like it has before. Most of our workflows are done by ourselves, but if it's come to special things, there's a partner like Ultimate who really can help us to bring these products to life. When we start in this production plant 5 years ago, we didn't have Ultimate, and we started with simple cards, but we feel the need, if we want to go on, if we want to scale, we need another solution. And then the Scodex machine pops up, and we have the issue, okay, with our closed system of PDF files, we are not able to build an external file for the Scodex. And as mentioned before, we don't like to have separate files, because if the customer is changing anything or the shop is changing anything, you have maybe two different files and it will lead into the mess. So that's where we started to look for software what is able to do all the marks, that can do all the enhancements with layers and give all the information that you put in also to the next machine. Because if there's something in between that cuts off information, we're just lost. We have a black hole in production, and we need something that streamlines all the information to the end and even talks to our printing system or to our other machines. When we look for other software solutions, it's always important for us that there is some kind of XML or API support, because this is where we can send all our data to external softwares. And this was the biggest step with Ultimate, that we have the opportunity to bring all our features that we can see in our products through the whole workflow process. And this is the main thing why we decided to buy it. InPoStrip is the most powerful tool we have to build everything around our products, because every product in the production process needs a barcode, need any kind of special marks, something like that, what only Ultimate can provide us as a scalable version. So when we have our peak seasons, we maybe need more Ultimate service, and we just can ask them for just a small period to have more servers to fulfill all of these needs for our positioning. The PDF is enriched with everything what is necessary for just the printing process and everything what we do with our books, with our cards. And it's quite important that we get it also with the PDF and XML file to describe what is the part of the workflow, what it has to be done. Is there a special kind of paper or a special kind of treatment, like face down, face up? All these informations are coming out of our MIS system, but has to be run to an imposition that can handle all these different features with one workflow. So normally we're using just one workflow for different types of products. We call it the final PDF, so we don't have a pre-press department. We have some automation that we automatically get everything from our web shop every minute, every hour. So we collect all this data and looking for partners. So whenever it's one workflow, we're looking for as many cards, as many books with the same features like that one have. and then we can push a button and everything goes from what we call the batching process into the imposition process. And this is where all the magic starts. Interesting thing, when it comes down to our product, we're using our own tracking system, but we have to build batches. And the batches could be a pallet, or a batches could be a small pile of paper. And the batches is done by Ultimate. So we try to use these functions they use for batch banners in the best way. So we have the combination that we have an internal tracking by our single products, but for the batch labels and for the full pallet, we're using the batch banners with all the information we need to run through production. The important stuff is that we always see our ongoing on the day. So when it's early in the day, there's always the thing that you can do. You can put person A next to person B to help them. But if it's in the end of the day, you don't have a chance to fix anything. So when the post pick up all our packages, the day is gone. And only the packages that we send out on that day will receive our customers on the next day. The thing what I really like is that you can start initially everything from home. So even a printer can push a button at home, and when he's in or next to our production plant, everything is already prepared. And the thing is, he's less stressed. Because if something is not working, he has enough time to fix it, or he can see even at home, what is the day like? Do we have a lot of express products that we have to send out? Or do we have a lot of guest books or photo books? And when I talk to our employees, they really like that they can see what is happening today and what's happening tomorrow, and let's see what we did yesterday. We're always challenging our vendors, so we have a 5x5mm data matrix code. Well, I know it's quite small, but we will not spend any kind of the paper for informations we already have in our system. And with the data matrix code, we can have all the informations we use for every machine on the printed paper. Interesting is we're not only using one barcode, we're using all different barcodes for different finishings. Could be a smart stacker, or even in the POR binder or a slitter. So around the sheet you have different informations with different data matrix codes, and you have to manage that. And we all do this by our XML files, where we have all this information that we places even on different sheets. So sometimes a barcode is not on every sheet. So whenever it comes to some kind of software, we think about it should be totally automatic, because it makes no sense that someone puts in like a copy count, or just looking for a program, or put a PDF from A to B. But when it comes to machines, so there's an interaction of the machine to put paper in, to take paper out, we definitely see that humans are much better in control, taking care, and do always a final view, because we have always the copy one. So we don't have like 50,000 copies, it's one. So don't mess it up with it. Please check it before and afterwards. And we give the people the time to check it, because everything else is automated.